for this, you're going to find two T25 Torx bit screws. There's one located right in the center on the top. The other one's going to be located right behind the oil fill cap. Let's go ahead and remove those. With those bolts out of there, we can carefully lift this up and out of here. We'll just give it a quick inspection. We can set that aside, and that exposes our idle air control valve, IAC valve. Let's make our way to the back side of the IAC valve. We'll grab onto that wiring harness, carefully remove it. Give it a quick inspection. We can set this aside. Now we'll grab onto the wiring here. You're going to notice that it slides down and over a stud. I'll just grab onto this. We'll lift it up. We'll just give it a quick inspection. You can see the area that the stud needs to fit into. We can set all that aside. Now let's move along to the mounting hardware for this. This area right along the top is an adapter. Just go ahead and grab onto that with a 13mm and remove it. Quick inspection. Set that aside. Now we'll continue on with a 10mm for each of our mounting studs. Grab that valve. There it is, friends. Once you have that out of the way, the next thing you want to do is continue on to the gasket. When you're removing this gasket, you need to be very careful that nothing falls into the air intake. This is very important. Just carefully get underneath that. We'll pop it right out of place. Now let's just give this a quick inspection up along here. Make sure you don't see any dirt or debris. If you do, you need to make sure that you push it away from falling into the intake. After that, you can continue on with your brand new gasket. We'll just gently put this into position. Once it seems as though it's sitting over where it needs to be, just gently press it down and in. It's very important to make sure it's completely seated all the way around both of the ports. If it's sticking out a little bit, it could potentially cause an area with a leak. Now it's time to install our brand new IAC valve. We'll get it in position. You can tell I have the electrical area along the driver's side of this. Now you can put in both of your mounting bolts. Once they're both started, go ahead and snug them. Now we can torque each of these to 89 inch-pounds. Reconnect in your IAC valve. Listen for a click. Give it a tug to make sure that's secure. Follow the wiring to its mounting point. You want to make sure that you slide this over the rearward mounting stud. Press it down so it's secured. Let's grab our adapter. Make sure it's snug. Let's put our protective cover back on here. Now for this, you want to make sure that you have one ear lined up with the corresponding hole directly behind where the oil fill is. And then you have the center hole that needs to line up with the adapter on top of the idle air control valve. Slide this into position. We can start in our two mounting bolts. Once they're both started, go ahead and snug them up.